I'm about to share a personal MBA, business mastery, in the next 2 minutes. So hang in there. Number one, you need to understand the moving parts of any business if you want to scale your business to global heights. The 5 moving parts of a business, first of all, is value creation. Your product or service has to add value to your target market. Number 2 is understanding marketing. Nobody's going to buy from you unless there's awareness of you in the market. Number 3 is sales, conversion of prospects into actual clients. Number 4 is value delivery, actually delivering what you promised to your client. And 5th is finance. You have to look at how financially the business is doing. Are you making money? Because it's only a matter of time before you close if you don't get your finance right. Now, these are the basics. These are the moving parts of a business. Let's get into the real deal. How do you scale your business to a global height? Number 1 is you need to understand that your first idea, it doesn't matter how brilliant or smart you are, isn't gonna scale you on a global stage. What do I mean? Any person who's run a business knows that running a business is completely different from the business school. I'm a graduate of business school, from what you learn in business school. And it's because the process of running a business gives you the street cred, unlike the theory that you learn in books. Now, what is my biggest lesson as an entrepreneur today? What is the one thing that I wish someone taught me from the word go, is the knowing that while that business idea is brilliant, it's not complete. So in the process of running your operations, there's something called iteration, an iteration cycle. And this will save you a whole lot if you start practicing it from the word go. You need to know that your product or service isn't complete yet, and how to make it attractive on the global stage is to figure how your product or service can be elevated on that particular stage. And the best way to improve that product or service is to iterate it. And the only way you're gonna iterate it in a way that is impressive to the client is by actually taking feedback from your prospect clients or from your actual real clients. This is something that used to make me very uncomfortable from the word go, because feedback isn't always a beautiful thing. But I promise you, the feedback that your clients give you is the one thing that will take you on the global stage. Because even if you don't like it, you'd rather have a client who gives you a negative feedback than a client who's neutral. Because the client who gives you a negative feedback has the potential to grow your business into the next avenue. Now, why don't most of us ever tend to take this feedback and formulate a better product or service? Because it's so uncomfortable. And sometimes this feedback is not directly related to your product or service, but sometimes it's related to the delivery of this product or service. You have to take that into sort of, you have to be accountable for that. Iteration is one way that will help you shape your product or service into that global product or service that someone can consume from any part of the world, even if you don't speak the same language. That is number 1. Number 2, you need to understand the human desires. People buy from certain ones, internal ones, that as an entrepreneur you have to be aware of. So I'll just walk you through them real quick. Someone is calling. Okay, so human beings have desires, and we are all driven by our desires, whether they are public, whether they are loud, whether they are silent. We all have internal desires. And as an entrepreneur, you need to acknowledge and actually know these desires. So number 1 desire is the desire to acquire, the need to acquire, whether that is status, whether it's wealth, whether it's power. You need to know that human beings have that desire. So how can you tap into that level of desire and use it for your advantage, or to the advantage of your business? Number 2 is human beings have the need or the desire to literally bond. So whether this is relationships, if your business fits within this, if you can tap into this desire, well and good. Human beings also have a need to protect, whether this is their loved ones, whether it's their spouses, whether it's their children. So you can tap into that. You see insurance companies doing this all the damn time. They also have a need to learn, because naturally how we are wired is we are sort of intrigued with that which we don't know. So as a business, you need to figure how to actively tap into. And lastly, they have a desire, drive to feel So figure how you can tap into that stimulation, whether it's entertainment, whether it's pleasure, doesn't matter, but people have a need, the desire to feel. Why are these things important, even if they seem superficial? Because ultimately business involves human to human exchange, even if you're doing it online. On the other hand is another human being. So it's important to understand the things that make us psychologically take an action. The last thing that you have to master if you want to get on that global stage is the real market. Now, market evaluation comes down to a number of things, but I'm just going to discuss the ones that I think are important for you to know. First of all, you need to figure what is unique about your product or service, because that is what makes you stand out, number one. Number two, you need to figure out urgency. How badly do people need your product or service? Number three, you need to figure out the market size. How many people are willing to actually buy this product or service? Number four, after you figured out how many people are willing to buy this product or service, figure out how much are they willing to pay for this particular product or service. What is your highest prospect likely to pay for this particular product or service? Number five, you need to figure out how much will it cost you to get this product or service in the market. And lastly, how long or how fast will it take you to deliver this product or service, and the value cost on your end. This might look superficial, but if you get these facts right to the latter, to the detail, I promise you'll be just way many years ahead. Because I feel like I've learned this over 5 years down the line running my own enterprise, and it's mind-blowing how you get to look at business from a different lens than you did when you started running it. So let me know. I now do personal coaching, by the way. You also have our usual Diaspora Masterclass. It should be on the 30th of this month, November. Can't wait to see you guys. Last month was amazing. I met people from all over the world. Thank you for the community we are building and for the community we've built so far and the global stage we've reached so far. I'm so honored. I feel so loved. I feel so appreciated. Thank you guys sincerely. Cheers. Let me know what you think.